Dad, when is this going to end? I am bored. A question from a 7-year-old kid to his dad that has been inside the house for weeks because of this enhanced community quarantine. Even as adults, I believe many are asking the same perennial question: when is this going to end? If you will see the news and the reports that are being shown, things are slowly getting from worse into worst. It's a frightening scenario that we are encountering nowadays. After weeks of lockdown, people are all the more getting anxious, especially those who are earning on a daily basis. The question of how are they going to feed their family is an immediate concern. The scenario of whether their budget will be enough for the coming weeks is a big challenge. The question of when will help be coming from their barangay is a big mystery that needs to be fathomed. More often than not, the aspect of waiting is so painful to accept and endure. It's a breaking scenario that we are experiencing. People are afraid of the danger that this COVID virus is plaguing the whole world. A number of hospitals in the country are already closing down because it has already reached its full capacity and the number of health workers aren't enough to sustain the work. Yes, I believe a number of us is afraid of what is happening. I, for one, is afraid of what will happen in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. Afraid of the scenario in becoming worse into worst. Being afraid of the unknown is a natural thing in becoming a human being. It is but natural that as much as possible we would avoid or veer away from any impending danger that would compromise our existence. However, the irony with what is happening now is that we can't avoid it. We can't escape from it. We just need to go through it with precaution and utmost care. We need to follow and do the protocols that are being given on to us. We need to stay at home and don't go out if it is unnecessary. Let us always have that collective mentality of thinking of the good of all rather than have a myopic, self-centered, and selfish mentality. Hopefully, before we do something, let us ask ourselves whether there are people who will be affected by our actions. For endurance athletes who are into marathons and triathlons, there is this mantra that they will always put into their minds at the beginning of any race. It goes, pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. Yes, in any race, there is always that impending pain that you're going to face through. Hunger, heat, exhaustion, doubts, and fear in not finishing the race are one of the many boulders that you need to pass and conquer. There will come a point in the race when you will be afraid of the big waves of the sea and the ascent of the mountains that you will be traversing. Further, there is that point wherein the finish line seems to be too far and unreachable. You might be wondering, if these are the negative variables in any race, how come many are still persevering in finishing it? What is the secret? The secret is, it is because of the fact that the athletes are encouraging one another before the start of the race and especially during the race. Words of encouragement such as see you at the finish line and you can do this is already a very big boost when things are already fallen apart. It is very timely now that we can apply this principle when the whole world is anxious and afraid because of this catastrophe. We need to encourage one another in these very moments. We need to boost each other's morale in order for us to get through this debacle. Words of encouragement are needed now in moments when the thread and the social media networks and the news are all negative. Let us spread facts, not fear. As what Anne Frank said, I quote, "Look at how a single candle can both defy and define the darkness." End of quote. Let us help one another through our words. It can go a long way. Furthermore, we need to encourage and to pray for the thousands of doctors and health workers who are risking their lives in order to treat those who were contaminated by this deadly virus. We are in the same situation like the disciples when they became afraid and lost when the Lord was killed and crucified. It was a nightmare. Human as they are, they also doubted the presence of God in their lives. However, the powerful words from our Savior, "Do not be afraid," is a turning point to them. Amidst all the trials that they encountered, this was the encouragement that they need in order for them to get through their perilous moments. They became bold and strong. That's why their fear was replaced by faith. The same words, "Do not be afraid," is again being said to us by God. This is our encouragement and our moral booster. Yes, these heartbreaking moments are only temporary, but quitting, this is never an option. The days are getting tougher. However, we hope and pray that all our fears will be turned into faith in God. A full faith of trusting and holding on to Him even to the worst times. All of these trials will pass away. Let us encourage more one another and to pray for one another that these hard moments will soon cease. As what the prophet Jeremiah would say in his prayer, and let this also be our prayer for one another. "Heal me, Lord, and I will be saved. Save me, and I will be saved. For you are the one I praise." See you all at the finish line. We can do this together. God bless and good night.